Hey everyone, so we are now on the final part of this problem set where we're using the trapezoidal rule. So the difference between using the Riemann rectangles and the trapezoidal rule is the trapezoidal rule, not room, is the area formula for a trapezoid. Some people kind of get into the habit of the Riemann sum and they constantly use the area formula of a rectangle, not realizing that we're dealing with a different shape, and that kind of catches them up. So what I want to just reiterate is that the trapezoid area formula is the sum of your bases times your height divided by 2, or the average of the base times the height, whichever way you want to read it. But there's two numbers that you're dealing with, the height and divided by 2. So, okay, let's get back to writing what the width is of these trapezoids, and then we'll emphasize how we can read each part of the trapezoid and reflect it to the area of the trapezoid. So because we're dealing with 3 subintervals, it's going to be 120 minus 0 over 3 equals 40 again. So not different than the last problem that we worked in. Okay, so I'm going to sketch my curve as best as I can as weird it is, and we're going to stop there. So let me start skip counting by 40. So 40, 80, and then 120, and my trapezoid is going to be the following. So I'm literally going to sketch out a trapezoid. So that's one, and I have 2 points I'm hitting now. Okay, this is going to be my base 1 and my base 2. And then my height is really the height of this trapezoid. So if I were to turn it around, I can look at it like this. Base 1, base 2, height. So our height in this case ends up being the width of the formula. So we'll keep that in mind. Okay, let's try this again. Go up. We already have this. Sketch along. Bring it down. We have this. So this is my F0. I'm actually going to put it here. F40, F80. And then for here, I'm going to do what I can. And you see I'm going over my original curve. And then I have F120 here. Okay, so I have my 3 trapezoids. Now let's set up our area formula. This is going to be very different from our total area. It's going to be very different from when we use the rectangles. So let's see. I'm using this formula. So I know my height. Let me see if I can just rewrite this. So base 1 plus base 2 over 2 is one thing, and then times the height. That's what I'm going to focus on. My height is going to be constant, which is going to be 40, and then only this is going to change. So I'm going to write it out that way. So base 1 is really f of 0 plus base 2, which is f of 40 over 2, so the average of that, times the height, which is 40. And then I continue this pattern on for each trapezoid. So my next trapezoid is f of 40 plus f of 80 over 2 times the height, plus then it's going to be f of 80 plus f of 120 divided by 2 times the height of 40. Okay, and then you plug in your values, keep doing this approximation, get it together. You plug in your values. I can factor out a 40 because they're all being multiplied. I'm going to end up with, and I'm using the same values as the one in the table, so f of 0 is 1.2 plus f of 40 is 4 divided by 2 plus f of 40 is 4 plus f of 80 is 5.1 divided by 2 plus f of 80, 5.1, plus f of 120, which is 4.8 divided by 2. And now I've pretty much substituted everything from the table into here. And if I were to approximate everything, I would get 484 as my approximate area using the trapezoidal rule. So that's pretty much the main difference, just the formula that you're using. But the overall strategy isn't different. You're finding the width, you are assuring that you are using the correct y values associated with whichever side you're using for your rectangle, or if you're using the trapezoid both sides, the bottom, the left and the right, pretty much. And you're just combining them appropriately to get your approximate answer. And if this is the AP exam, there's like there's two steps in getting your points. You get your points for your setup equation, then you get your points for your approximate answer. So if you are someone, God forbid, that actually struggles at this part and you're like, oh, I give up, at least you'll get a point here. But definitely strive through and try and evaluate as best as possible. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Share out with anyone who also will be struggling with the Riemann sums if you feel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!